In a world obsessed with instant gratification and digital connectivity, one cafe owner discovered that deliberately slowing things down led to explosive business growth. Today, we're exploring how going against every modern business trend created an unexpected success story.
That's such a fascinating paradox. The idea that slowing down could actually accelerate success. What made this business owner take such a counterintuitive approach?
Well, it started when this cafe owner, Mila, began noticing something troubling in coffee shop culture. People were rushing through their drinks, faces buried in screens, completely disconnected from the experience and each other. She saw this massive gap between what cafes were offering and what people actually seemed to need.
Hmm. So instead of following the typical business playbook of faster service and more options, she went in the completely opposite direction.
Exactly. She made this bold move to create what she called Slow Sip Café, and get this, she actually banned phones and laptops entirely. Put up this sign that said, "No laptops, no phones, sit, talk, think, enjoy your time." In today's world, that's practically revolutionary.
Well, that's exactly what makes this so interesting. It's like she was asking people to time travel back to the pre digital era. How did customers initially react?
Oh, the reactions were all over the place. Some people literally walked in, saw the no phone policy, and walked straight back out. But here's what's fascinating. For every person who left, there were two more who had this look of absolute relief on their faces, like they'd finally found what they'd been searching for.
So, what did she do to make the space actually work for this slower approach? Because I imagine you'd need to create a pretty specific environment.
The attention to detail was incredible. She designed everything to encourage genuine connection. Warm lighting that made people feel relaxed, carefully curated background music that facilitated conversation without drowning it out, and these beautiful communal wooden tables that naturally brought people together.
That's really interesting about the tables. It's like she was engineering serendipitous connections through design.
And you know what really set this place apart? The menu. Instead of offering dozens of complicated drinks, she stripped it down to just 3 types of coffee, 2 teas, and one daily special cake. But here's the brilliant part. Each drink came with its own story about the farmers, the region, the roasting process. It turned ordering coffee into this rich educational experience.
That reminds me of how some high end restaurants have started doing something similar, telling the story behind each dish. It creates this deeper connection to what you're consuming.
Exactly. And what's really fascinating is how this approach affected the business metrics. While other cafe owners predicted failure, Slow Sip actually saw their customer loyalty rates increase by over 200% in the first year. People weren't just coming back, they were bringing friends and family to experience it too.
That's remarkable. Did she share any specific data about how this affected their bottom line?
Yes. And this is where it gets really interesting. While the average customer transaction time increased from 12 minutes to nearly 45 minutes, their revenue per customer actually went up by 60%. People were ordering more thoughtfully, trying different drinks, and most importantly, coming back more frequently.
So, by slowing down the service, she actually accelerated the business growth. That's such a powerful lesson about challenging conventional wisdom.
And the impact went way beyond just business metrics. Customers started reporting these amazing personal transformations. One regular customer said she reconnected with her teenage daughter during their weekly visits, having conversations they'd never managed to have at home. Another mentioned how it helped him break his social media addiction.
That really speaks to this deeper human need for connection that we sometimes forget about in our digital age.
Absolutely. And here's what I find most compelling. This cafe became a sort of accidental social experiment. It showed that when you give people permission to disconnect from their devices, they naturally reconnect with each other.
Do you think this model could work in other types of businesses?
Well, while not every business can completely ban technology, I think the core principles are widely applicable. It's about identifying what truly matters to your customers and having the courage to prioritize those elements, even if they seem counterintuitive to current trends.
That's such an important point about courage in business decision making.
And you know what's really exciting? We're starting to see similar approaches pop up in other industries. Some restaurants are now offering phone-free dining discounts, And there's even a chain of hotels marketing themselves as digital detox destinations. It's like Slow Sip Café was just the beginning of this larger movement.
So, what do you think this means for the future of customer experience?
I think we're going to see more businesses recognizing that while efficiency and convenience are important, they're not everything. There's this growing hunger for authentic, human centered experiences that help people feel more connected, more present, more alive.
That's such a powerful insight to end on. Sometimes the most innovative thing we can do is remember what makes us human.
Indeed. And perhaps that's the biggest lesson from Slow Sip Cafe, that in our rush to move forward, sometimes we need to have the courage to slow down and remember what truly matters.